Greetings and salutations, Internet Distance. It is Wolfphototech, and here we go with another fun little video covering another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition item. Today, this is the Dungeon Master Screen Wilderness Kit. Ada. This is just a simple sleeve, actually technically a folder, that includes the Dungeon Master screen in here for Wilderness Adventures. It has nice artwork. But, unlike the basic Dungeon Master screen, please note that there is no information on the inside of the screen. It is actually a hex pattern calling back to the origins of wilderness exploration for Dungeons & Dragons. In this book here, you have various cards. You got Wilderness Journeys card with survival rules. You got a supply tracker that helps with tracking supplies, and a hex map you can quickly draw on terrain to tell or show where your characters are going. You got Wilderness Chase rules. You got a actions in combat sheet. Yet again, another sheet that helps you keep track of actions in combat. On the back side, there is a hex map section. There is another sheet that is nothing but hex map, front and back. You got condition cards. You got 2 sets of those, by the way. And it also includes strong wind, extreme heat, and extreme cold. And on the back side, it includes information on the conditions. And then there's initiative tracker card with a desert, a cold mountain, and basically hills and valley. And then there is a card that has a little box that you can break out and fold up. That is handy dandy in itself. There's also, if you notice, that there's also new artwork on these cards for the conditions that did not have artwork on the screens or in the books. So there you go. So this set is generally an upgrade to the original. That's not the original screen. This is an upgrade to the original screen. This is like 2.0. This is 3.0 on the 5th edition screen and equipment. I'll put that back in there. And I'm going to put that back over there. And we should go into the screen, which has really nice artwork on it. And I'm going to open it up. And I'll move the artwork across the screen. Okay, now in this screen there is some differences to the standard screen, and I'll point them out. On this far left panel, I have to look at because I have dyslexia and I have to make sure that I'm processing left and right properly. On this far left one, instead of having basic instructions on turn actions and spells, a display of spell generation, you actually have a section on setting DCs, tracking DCs, damage severity, and object armor class, and various other things, which was normally further over here in the screen. You also have the high, long, suffocating concentration chart, which was also in the same spot in the reincarnated screen, as well as the conditions, which are also the same and have all the artwork. But when you get to the second from the right panel, they changed it and put in weather, a D20 randomization weather chart, 3 D20 randomization 3 D20 randomization tables for weather. 1 for temperature, 1 for wind, and 1 for precipitation. They have down here extreme cold, extreme heat, and extreme strong wind and rules. They got travel pace, service, encounter distance, wilderness navigation, audible distance, instruction table, cover, light, obscure area, visibility outdoors, vessel speeds, food, drink, and lodging, and foraging DCs. These over here. So this is actually less of the basic stuff. It's still it has still a lot of basic stuff in there, like conditions and long jump and all that other stuff, but it is more centralized around extreme weather and being out in the wilderness. So if your party has spent a lot of time roaming around in the woods, this would definitely be a good idea to have along with your standard screen. It is a 4-panel landscape style, which is actually quite nice. And I actually quite like the artwork on the front. It's really simple, but yet still strikingly beautiful. This is also basically like another 3 to 4 star, 3.5 to 4 star screen, depending on whether you use screens or not. It's also useful for players if you want to simply lay it down flat and use it as a playmat or a play area. And in fact, when laid flat, it actually does set up a ideal size area for the player to sit in, and they still have a lot of room around it. It sets up a zone for player. So there you go. Another handy dandy the Dungeon Master screen. It is more geared for adventures in the wilds, and as such, it's a must if you are a party and you who really are into adventuring around in the wilds. As I said, there's sheets in here that basically give you a whole bunch of rules out of the DMG and Xanathars that aid in your wilderness adventures and needs. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment below telling me what you liked. If you disliked it, you can go ahead and leave a dislike on the video. Tell me why in the comments below, and consider subscribing so you can tell me more about how I screw stuff up. Thank you very much for watching. Have a delightful day, a nice night, and a wonderful week, and see you next time.